on, y'all. Great title. And one of the things that I've been taught over the years is that the kind of the beginning and the end and the middle of servant leadership really comes from the example of Jesus. And so what he's done is he's taken the qualities and characteristics of Jesus and leadership and placed them in a business world so that people can understand how they actually might do business or leadership in a way that Jesus did it. And so, part of why I want to share that with you is I think there's two extremes almost. And I don't know where you fall within those extremes. I mean, some of you are ambitious like a Gordon Gekko, and some of you are servant-hearted in leadership, maybe like Greenleaf. I don't know. But I do know this. It matters. I know that it matters because Jesus gave us an example, a pathway that's very different than the world. Very different. And one of the unfortunate things I think we see in our culture sometimes is church men and women who are working in business, that when they're in business, they don't seem to always look like the same person when they're at church. So in other words, there's some kind of compartmentalization that's occurred where they are one person over here and another person over here. And what I want to suggest to you is that that's a major issue. It's a form of hypocrisy. It's a form of duplicity that isn't what God wants for us. In other words, what God wants for us is to be fully integrated, like fully whole, fully complete. And so what that means is if I'm a follower of Jesus, and I love Jesus, and I follow the example of Jesus, then no matter where I am in my life, I act like Jesus. See what I'm getting at? Like I don't change. I don't become somebody else. And so if I'm in politics, I'm a Jesus follower. If I'm in business, I'm a Jesus follower. And I base my life on the example of Jesus. And so, what I want to talk about today is the fact that Jesus sets a standard and a pathway for us that's really important that we grab hold of. And if we don't, we may actually find ourselves not looking at all of Jesus in the world that we're in. And friends, I think that's a scary idea. I think unchecked ambition in the hands of a Christian who is not submitted to Jesus can turn out real bad. I mean, we see it in the church, don't we? Like unchecked